My name's Alan Hess. I'm a retired music and language teacher, formerly working in Switzerland at a special needs school. I'm retired now, and I dug out some computer software I used to use at school some time ago. It's a little bit legacy and old-fashioned, but I thought I'd take a look at this again, and maybe with AI tools we can get it up to date. So what's it all about? I'm going to show you. A lot of the kids I taught had difficulty with literacy and reading and writing, and I got interested in the Reading to Learn programme from David Rose et al. At Sydney University, and the SFL theories from Macquarie University and Professor Halliday, who's sadly no longer with us, but who I had the pleasure of meeting. What's all this about then? It's a simple story. One I used to use in a EFL class for young kids. And if you take a look at the top of the screen, there are Lego bricks. And we're using a sort of building block approach to language, a top-down approach. So what do I mean by that? Well, this text is made up of things. It's made up of circumstances, and the verbs are what we might call processes. So let me click the red brick, and all the things light up. They're not only nouns, they're groups, nominal groups, or participants, you might call them if you know the theories. So all the things in red. All the doing words, they're in green. All the processes, and time, manner or place, their circumstances, they're all in blue. On Monday, a camera. What's the relationship between I and camera? I got a camera. Okay, so the starting point is to read the story out loud. And to assist with that, we can have a book if we want. And this functions on screen just like a book. So we can have some photographs, and we can point at the photographs. We've got a camera, we've got a photograph, we've got a spider. So I can identify those things in the story. Camera, spider. Let's go back to the standard text. So once we've read it out and we've looked at all the photographs and we know what we're roughly about, we can start playing games. That's what the black Lego brick is about. So I've listed all the sentences. Let's start with sentence 1. There are 3 little icons. The software for this is called Hot Potato. We won't go into that now. But the first hot potato, up comes a game, and all these blocks of meaning, that's the saying, blocks of meaning, are here. I need to put them in order and make the sentence. Now if I'm not sure, maybe I'm an EFL learner, I can cheat. But that sentence won't stay there for long. I've got to read it and it'll disappear. I'll cheat again. On Monday I got a camera. And it disappears. So I've got to recognise it. I've got to photographically recognise it. So on Monday, what was the next one? Cheat. On Monday, I got, you see, I'm practicing reading. Got a camera. Let's check that. Yeah, it's all good. Let's exit that. Same sentence, icon number 2. But now I've got single words. So what was the first one? On Monday. What happened on Monday? I did something. What was it? I got. What did I get? A camera. Check. Yeah, it's good. Exit. So what's the third icon about? Well, here we come to the phonetics. There's lots of emphasis being put on phonetic drilling in schools. It's getting a bit less popular now, but the key point here is that kids who get bedtime stories read to them as little babies through to toddlers and before they go to school, they've had about 1,000 to 2,000 hours of this before they even walk into primary school. And when the teacher throws phonetic drilling at them, it all makes sense because they know what it's about. A kid who comes from a book poor family or from a family for various reasons that hasn't had experience with books, you throw phonetics at them and it makes no sense at all. And I've seen this. I've seen kids read out a text that they've been drilled to read, and it sounds like a dog barking and they understand nothing. So this is the final stage. Now I've got to try and construct the sentence with phonetic blocks. So I can cheat. On Monday I got, what did I get? What was it? Camera. Check. Yeah, all okay. And then we can progress to the second sentence if we want, and it's the same approach. And I would typically do this with a group of about 8 kids with a projector and a radio controlled mouse, and we'd all take turns at assembling the sentences. And usually the kids were quite motivated to take part of it. Once you'd gone through it once or twice, you could even then start expanding on the story. So for instance, on Monday, I could change this to on a cold winter Monday. And now I've expanded the story. And this activity can go over several lessons. I quite well remember my wife hearing kids come out of my classroom. We'd been working on I hate spiders. I hate spiders. And we'd changed spiders into big spiders, big hairy spiders, and eventually all manner of horrible arachnids, which caused them to laugh quite a lot. All manner of horrible arachnids. And then we played with the assembly as well. So that's the start to what all this is about. This software is sadly out of date, but I'm going to use Grok AI or one of the other AIs to help me write the software again, a bit like the Sorcerer's Apprentice, but I hope the brooms don't flood me out. But I'd welcome any comments about it that anyone might like to make. Thank you very much.